Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit and give you an example about how allowing something to flow into your life instead of trying to force it can actually speed the manifestation. This is something that comes up a lot with my clients when they keep saying, I'm trying, and nothing is happening. I want to show you what just allowing it to happen looks like. And this is a real example that happened to me. All right, so we have to start out by saying that my dream is to travel the world and be at conferences giving lectures, like about manifestation, law of attraction. Not quite a channeled thing like Esther or Bashar, but someone who walks into a conference room and can give you a lecture about spirituality that'll help you understand it in a physical way. Okay, so anyway, so about 2 weeks ago, I had an idea for a class that I would want to do or a lecture, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm previously a professor, so this is where this comes from. And the idea for the lecture was called Everyday Energy. And the idea behind it was if people can understand why it's important to do something, it makes it easier to find a way to do that thing. So, for example, if you can understand why I want you to meditate in real world terms, it makes it easier for you to find a way to meditate. I thought, wow, that's really cool. So I actually wrote out the outline for that class when I had the idea a couple weeks ago. Wrote it out, did not create the slides or anything like that, just wrote out the outline. Then I get an email a week after that. I get an email from a young woman named Megan who's starting her first conference, right? This is a virtual, online, free conference that she's putting together. And she asked me, she said, listen, I can't pay you, but I want to know if you have something that maybe you could contribute to this online event that's about 30 minutes long. Now, here's the thing. At this point, I could have said no because it did take it, I knew it was going to take time to produce this, to put it together. I am working, I'm trying to support myself. I could have said no. But as soon as she said that, I'm like, I actually have the perfect class for what you're talking about. Yes, I absolutely will contribute this. So then I start working on putting the slides together, and I didn't do it that day or the next day. And my fear about did I have enough time to do this because it was due by the end of August started to really come in because I have all these things going on in my life right now. What if I fail? What if I don't make a very good presentation because I'm rushing? What if no one listens to what I have to say? Those were all the doubts that kept going over and over and over in my head. But I just left it alone until one day I felt inspired. I went upstairs, I sat down at my desk, and in one afternoon, I made that entire presentation because I waited. I waited to work on it until my doubts were quiet enough for my inspiration to shine through. From the time I started putting the slides together to the time I recorded and sent her that presentation was less than 24 hours. And it puts me on the road towards the idea of being able to present at different conferences. Now I have my very first one will be under my belt. And I will learn a lot from this experience and hopefully make some new friends, right? But that's what I mean about allowing it to flow instead of working so hard. There are so many times I could have said no. I could have talked myself out of it. I could have legitimately said I didn't have enough time to do it because I almost didn't. But instead, I just allowed it to happen, and I waited until I felt inspired to start working on the creative parts. And for me, that's been a big key to things. It's been a huge key. I want to know about your manifestations. I want you to tell me all about them right over in the comment section. I want to hear about it. What are your manifestations that are coming through, and how are they showing up for you? Tell me all about it.